Hello there, fellow Lowisians. Welcome to our channel. No, welcome to our video. And I would like to introduce to you our the software that we're going to use in our C++ programming. Okay, so since we are still online and we cannot yet visit our university to use our computer laboratory, we will be using alternatives. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen, and my screen, yeah, I am now on the page, the website that we will be using. So this is going to be our online C++ compiler. Although in the past we are using um, dev C++, and even earlier than that, we've been using Microsoft Visual Studio 2012. But since we are here in the pandemic season, we can it's important that we have alternatives. For those of you who have their computers, it's no problem if you will be using the Microsoft Visual Studio. Okay, 2010, yeah, 2010. I think there is a newer version, 20. Let's check what is the latest version of Microsoft Visual. I think 2015. Yeah, 2015. Yeah, 2015. And you can install it, but you can still use the older version, 2012 or 2010. And the version installed on my laptop is Microsoft Visual 2010. Yeah, no problem with that. Will be you that can still be used. And for those who does not have or who do not have the laptop and only using computer, I would like to suggest that you use or you find help from someone who has computer or laptop, from your relatives and friends who are not your classmate, or who is not someone who is not uh, in conflict with your time to do programming, C++ programming. As of this time, let me introduce to you the site where we'll be programming some basic, basic C++. Since we're done with the previous lesson, the introduction of C++ programming, where we introduced the different coding standards, the operators, and yeah, the variables, data types. We are now ready to program. Okay, when you go to the browser, just look for, actually you can just type online C++ compiler. Yeah, compiler. And you might see this online gdb.com, then online C++ compiler. Yeah, you will be directed to this page, to the main page. And actually this is a very good site, because here you will see in the upper right corner the language that you will be using. You can use C, C++, yeah, we have here Java, HTML, C Sharp, Visual Basic, Ruby, Perl, and so on and so forth. But as of now, please focus yourselves with C++, just C++. Well, a little bit of history. C++ is, successor, or yeah, successor of C. Originally, it is, well, C has its different way of coding, different ways to code, and different functions, different objects, but they are actually the same. Actually, all programming language is the same, are the same. So now you are here at the website of the compiler, C++ compiler. You will see here some buttons, some useful buttons. Run, debug, stop, share, save, beautify. I've not used this one. The only thing I've used here so far is the run and stop. Yeah, stop running. And there is a default codes or program that you will see, and that is, yeah, we've discussed some of these structures. Yeah, we have here comments. We said last time that comments do not have any effect in the program, but only used to describe something, to describe what is the code all about, what's the program is about. And here you see that line 1 to line 7 is a line comment kasi multiple lines yung ginamit dito. Sabi natin yung block, we have, sorry, this is block comment by the way, because it is composed of multiple lines. The symbol for line comments is the 2 forward slashes, and then this is a line comment. Okay, so notice the difference. This is only for a line, while this is for multiple lines. And again, that is using the opening. You have that forward slash and asterisk, and terminated by a closing. Yeah, this is the asterisk, and let me zoom in. And forward slash. So ito yung parang open parenthesis, ito yung closing parenthesis. So parang ito yung opening, ito yung closing. Whatever you put, whatever text you type inside these two, or between this opening and closing, this will be called comments. Okay, comment yan mga yan. Wala yung epekto. And basahin nyo lang kung anong nakasulat dyan. Okay, so yeah, line 11 is a line comment. So pag nilagyan natin ng, pag nag-type tayo ng ibang text dito, you notice nag-iba yung kulay kasi pagka-comment. And this, the default is green. Pag comment siya, nagiging green siya. So ito, hindi siya nag-green, meaning it's already out of syntax. Magkakaroon ka na ng error dyan pagka ganyan ang ginawa mo. So how to do the block comment? Again, ganito lang yan. Open. And then, you notice, di ba, pag tinype nyo to kaagad, nagiging green kaagad tong laman niya. Kasi nga, parang indicating that everything that is after this one, after this opening, will be comment. So, hindi siya babalik lang siya sa original color niya kung lalagyan mo siya ng closing. Yan. So, parang may opening ka, line 13, yung line 14 yung closing. And then whatever you put between, yan. So, nagiging comment na siya, guys. Again, why do we have to include this one? Because as a beginner, as I've said earlier, well, last time, it's also good that you have something to to document. I mean, you're documenting your codes, your program, especially when you will be, when you want some users in the future to read your program, they would know that they would know something about the program or the code because you put their comment. Okay, so by the way, you notice that the microphone is too near, so near, because the volume, or yeah, hello mic test, check natin. Kasi yung distance ng microphone medyo, pagka nilayo ko, maririnig pa rin naman ako, pero pagka mas malapit siya, mas malakas, or yeah, mas malakas yung capture nung voice natin. Okay, anyway, yun nga lang, medyo distracting siya, so move natin ng konti, guys. Okay, sige, moving on, we have, wait, yeah, kala ko hindi siya na-record. So let's proceed. Burahin ko na to, guys, anyway, na-present naman na natin yan. So line 11, let's discuss this default program. So line 11 is now the preprocessor, and this is our header library. You notice that in our presentation last time, there is a, how do you call this one? Extension of the example or the header library .h, .h to indicate that that is a header library. Although there are some C++ compiler that does not require to put an extension. Okay, so just like here in our online C++ compiler, it's no longer requiring the extension .h. There might be some concepts about programming that have been discussed in one programming, I mean in one compiler, which may not be applicable to another compiler, C++ compiler. Just like here. Katulad ng sinasabi ko kanina na yung iba, pagka hindi mo siya nilagyan ng extension na .h, error. Pero dito, okay lang. So, wala namang kaso yun. Ang maganda kasi sa compilers natin, sinasabi niya kung aling line or saang part ka nagkaroon ng error. So, tingnan natin maya. And then, yan, line 12 is a space. By the way, this space is sometimes said to be important for readability purposes. Para lang maganda yung, yung spacing natin, yung pagsusulat natin, para, alam mo yun, mas maganda siyang tingnan. And line 13 is a namespace, STD, or namespace standard. This is, there is a rule for this one. Okay, I will not discuss that one, okay, because it might confuse you. It might confuse you, I should say. So just let it be there using namespace. And then int main, ito na yung int main natin. And then open and close parenthesis. You notice here the arrow. By the way, there is an arrow down here to indicate that it is a block. That signifies that it is a block. So when you click this one, so na-close yung ating block comment. And ganun din dito. Pag click natin ito, na-close yung content ng main function natin. Diba? And what is inside the block of our, or the body of our main function? We have here cout, and then the insertion operator, and then the text hello world inside the double quotation marks, and then a semicolon to terminate the line. So that is our statement. And this is another line. This is the indentation. Ito yung sinasabi ko rin last time na indentation to improve the readability. So line, space, and indentation are used to improve the readability of our program. What do you mean indentation, sir? Kasi pagka ganito lang ang ating sinulat, diba? Parang minsan kasi pagka ganyang, for very simple codes of program like that, I think there's no problem. But if you will have a very, very long codes of program, there you will encounter confusion of the different parts of the codes. Kasi medyo magulo siya. And of course, it's not advisable. Okay? And that's line 7. Line 16 is again a statement. Pwede tayo maglagay ng comment dito. This will display a text. What particular text, you will know later on. But you can see here that the text is hello world. Okay? And line 17 is a return 0, meaning the program is terminated. And then a closing curly bracket, or curly brace or brace, it's up to you how you call this one. Pag i-run natin yung program natin, click this run. Okay, pag nirun natin yung program natin, magpapakita kagad yung output niya, hello world. Okay, so cout hello world. So that is our simple program. So whatever you type here, using now the cout, okay, whatever you put inside a double quotation will be displayed. This is my first program, period. So pag click mo yan at nirun mo, ano magpapakita? Yan. Hello world, and then this is my first program. So you notice na nagdikit sila. after the last letter here in line 16 is D. Then after that, line 17 is this is my first program. Nagdikit sila. Kapag lalagyan natin ng period after D, yan, after D, makikita natin na magkakaroon tayo ng period. Okay, so yan. Hello world period, this is my first program. In the writing of hello world and this is my first program are on two different lines, line 16 and line 17, but the output gave us one line only. So actually there is a technique. There are two possible ways to separate these two lines. That is either one, using the insertion symbol and end line semicolon. Okay, so this is signifying or telling the compiler that this is going to be the last or the end of the line, meaning whatever is written after this end line will be put on the next line. So, parang sinasabi niya na, okay, that is the end of the line. Wala nang susunod dyan. So, wala nang susunod sa period. That is the end of the line. So, when you run this program, ang magpapakita ngayon is hello world, period, and then this is my first program, nasa second line na siya. Okay? So, ito yung first technique, how to make two lines. I mean, how to separate lines. The second one is actually using escape sequence. Recall the different escape sequence last time. Yung sinabi natin na, oops, insert pala yun. Okay, yung ating sinasabi na escape sequence, ano yung escape sequence natin? Yan. Okay. So, yan yung ating escape sequence na new line. So, the difference is the name and how to do it, but the output is the same. So, the first one is telling the compiler that this is the end of the line. So, after the period, nothing will follow on that line. This one, on the other hand, is indicating that after this period is a new line. Okay, so whatever is written after this is placed on the second line or on the new line. So hindi na siya magkadikit ulit. Okay, so pag iraran natin yan, ganun din ang magiging output niya. So again, similar output. The name is different because it's just telling that this is a new line. This is a new line. Okay? So this one will proceed to the new line, and the previous one is end line. By the way, the escape sequence is written inside the double quotation. Okay? Now, kung lalagyan natin ng isa pang end line, yan, end line, ano kayang mangyayari? So, dalawa na to. Pinagsama natin yung dalawa. Yung new line, and then end of a line. So, parang sinasabi natin na after ng period, new line na yan. After ng new line, that will be the end of the line. A new line is the end of the line. Wala, after ng new line mo, wala nang susunod doon. So, ibig sabihin, itong this is my first program na line, pupunta siya sa next line. Kasi dalawang beses yung ginamit mong new line tsaka end line. So, ang mangyayari ngayon, nasa baba ulit yun. And hello world, and then this is my first program. Okay? So, yun po yung ating new line, escape sequence, and end line. Okay. Ngayon, i-check na natin, parang kanina wala yung semicolon na to. Anong mangyayari pag tinanggal natin yung semicolon? Okay, i-try natin, i-run. So, kung mapapansin natin, nagkaroon ng error. Anong message dun sa error? Magpapakita naman dito, error, expected semicolon before cout. Nasaan kaya yan? Line 16. Ito, ganito siya basahin. No? So, mapapansin niyo error, expected semicolon before cout. Nasaan yung before cout? Tinuro niya, line 16. Ito yung ating ano. And then, actually, tinuro niya itong semicolon dito at dito daw siya ilalagay. Kasi asan yung before cout? Dito, ito yung error niya. Meron siyang line dito. Parang error doon sa Microsoft Word natin na kapag may wrong spelling, meron siyang underline na red. So parang ganito siya, equivalent na red. So ganun lang yan, pag may error, basahin nyo lang yung message and then you will give, there will be a suggestion on what to do. So you can just try this one. You can put any lines or any message, just follow the the syntax of the codes of the program. So that's all for our video today, and we will continue the lesson in the next video.